Hello, YouTube! You might be wondering what is going on. It looks like Little Blue is being spread out all over the compound here. And no, I'm not dumping Little Blue. I'm getting ready to touch her up, clean her up here for the big reveal. I know a lot of you were curious, since we did the last major tour. I think we only had like 2,000 or 3,000 subscribers. We're up to almost 11,000 right now. So that means, what, between 7,000 to 8,000 of you may not have seen the full tour unless you went and watched all the previous videos. I do recommend watching them because that's when everything was new. Because what you're looking at now is 3 years of use, and there's been a lot of different modifications that have occurred. I am going to do one more reveal video here with the new modifications, and then if I can find a certain component, I'm going to tear down Little Blue and rebuild a new design. Even though, honestly, I don't know, my wife says she likes this design, and I like it too. We might keep the same design if I can't find the other component. Basically, I'm going to be looking for the stock rear seat that goes into one of these 2003 Dodge Grand Caravans. And I'm going to build it so that Little Blue has an actual usable living room, an office, and bedroom. Right now, it's got mostly a bedroom, not much of an office in the back. The office is kind of up front. But I wanted to set like a little office entertainment living room in the back section. But I still have to be able to carry my children when they, visit me on the weekends. So that's the stipulation that has to be kept. And I found some of my leftover paint. Hopefully this will be enough. Hopefully I don't have to buy some new one, but I'll keep this lid just in case I have to do a color match. But this is Rust-Oleum that I used. And all I'm going to do is touch up the paint. I'm not going to spray too much. I'm just wanting to touch it up just to make everything look, one color instead of all beat up like this. And you can see it's a little bit windy out here. But I am going to try to just get everything to look red again. It doesn't have to be perfect because, blue is not perfect in an old vehicle. But you can see that when you put everything as a single color, it looks better already, It makes the vehicle look a little bit more like it was meant to look like that. So we're going to go ahead and just do this because this isn't costing anything. And if I have to buy more paint, I'll buy more paint. It's only like $3, $2 or $3. Okay, this is kind of sticking though. Hopefully it doesn't blow up. Painting on a windy day is not good. Alright, so I think we got I think we got it mostly even here. Try to fill in the little holes, the little gaps. I think the console is kind of important. That's why I'm spending so much time on it. It's got some where it peeled and stuff, but that's okay. I think the console's pretty much done. Hopefully I have enough paint to touch up the rest of it. There's still a couple more. I want to paint a couple more drawers. In the future, if I were doing this, I would use paper on the inside. Because these drawers are normally clear. They're kind of a cloudy clear. You know what I'm saying? It's not like super clear, but you can see through it. I would use wallpaper or contact paper or colored paper on the other side instead of painting it. Because you can see what happens to the paint. It scrapes off. So I'm not going to paint the bottom, but I am going to paint the front. This I'm not going to paint. I'm just going to try to go around it. But I want to touch up the little spot just to make it look nicer, So basically, just touching up. So that when I do the big reveal, the vehicle will look nice. And that's pretty much it. I am not going to paint the whole thing. I'll paint that little spot, touch up the edge here, make the color solid so that it looks nice when we do a big reveal. You should see the vehicle when I first put it together. It did look very nice. And I did have the office mode, which was a temporary setup, but that's actually the setup I'm going to try to get. Let's see if I can't do an office mode, but that means finding a seat with the seat belt. The stock seat so that you can carry passengers safely. All right, I think I have it all red. And we're just gonna let this dry. Hopefully this will dry before it gets dark here at the compound and mosquitoes come out and stick themselves to my my paint. I'm gonna look for a couple more drawers to touch up. But yeah, it's looking nice and solid. A little bit of a peeling there, but that's okay. And the bottom you're not going to see anyways. I just wanted the front to look red when we put it all back together, so it looks somewhat nice, somewhat consistent, especially this front console. Little Blue is getting her air conditioning system worked on, and if they can get that working, she's actually going to be more functional than she's ever been before. Okay, that paint needs to go on smoothing the edge where it touched. Hopefully it doesn't blow back up again. And we got a nice red console again. So I think I'm going to have to paint these others. I'll have to empty them out, you know, just to make it look nice when we do the reveal. And we do have the front section. I kind of painted it red because originally the vehicle had seating that came from the garden center. You know, they have those cushions, and it was red, this color red. So that the vehicle matched. But now the seating's been replaced with an actual, it was a 3 or 4 inch memory foam mattress that is kind of going flat, so maybe I need to get another one. But and then I got the standard cheapo Walmart bedding, the blue and white bedding, and that's how we ended up with our color scheme. You know, I thought of different colors to use and decided to go with the red because of the red cushion, and then painted everything red to match. And then when I saw the cheap thing, it was blue and white. So this vehicle is very patriotic. It's actually red, white, and blue. And that's how Little Blue got her color scheme. And I kind of painted everything to match, including the top of the console when it fell apart, which this keeps blowing, and this is going to be a problem. Because when it blows, it sticks, and then it gets all gross here. I'm trying to smooth it out again, and I'm going to try to move it so it doesn't blow like that again, hopefully. Hopefully this will dry, and this doesn't blow back up there again. Or maybe I'll put it another way, so try to keep it from blowing up or sticking here. So the plan is to have everything looking red so that the vehicle looks like it did almost when I first put her together 3 years ago. This piece keeps coming up and sticking. I don't know, maybe I'll just let it be a little rough over there. But this is kind of bad that it keeps blowing up there, sticking. Or maybe I will take it off at this point. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to pop that open and take this off. Now that should keep it from blowing back up on it, and let it dry. So it'll look nice and shiny. And then I think I may take these out and replace the inside with one of those over there and let it dry back here. Take these for the inside. That way I can do this while it's still sunny out here. It is about 5 or 6 p.m. getting ready to get dark. I figure I got about an hour and a half to 2 hours worth of usable light before it gets too dark. So hopefully by then the paint is dry enough, hopefully, to put it inside. And when I drive and sleep tonight, I don't have to breathe the fumes, hopefully. Otherwise, oh my goodness, I'm going to be breathing paint fumes. That's one of the problems with building on the fly. I recommend if you are building your vehicle, do all this before you live in it. Because if you have to paint when you're on the road, sleeping in it can be a problem because you're going to be breathing paint fumes. Yeah. So I'll be breathing some paint fumes tonight. So I'm going to let this air out as long as possible, and hopefully it'll dry. I didn't go crazy spraying it. I only touched up those spots. So it wasn't like I went and painted everything, although I'm going to paint some more here. But I'm not like coating everything, you know. So if you do your entire vehicle, you definitely don't want to be sleeping in it, because that's toxic fumes you'll be breathing all night. So let me go ahead and get that painted, and then we'll see what everything starts to look like as I put it back together. Alright, I've replaced the rear ones. You can see, at least on camera, you can't see all my imperfections. It looks better. It's now a solid color back here. For those two mats, I do need to clean this thing out a little bit. I'm going to rinse it down with some water. If I got to spray it with my little sprayer and just try to clean that out a little bit. But I do have all the others. The console here is still drying up. And these other drawers here are drying out. Hopefully they'll dry. I'm going to try to leave them out for an hour if I can before I try to pack everything up. But the sun is starting to go down. It's going to start to get dark, and I do not want to be out here in the dark. Mosquitoes will be flying all over the place and all over my paint job. So, and you can see the van is a mess. That's another reason for wanting to do this stuff before you hit the road. If you can find some place where you have refuge, like at a friend's house or something, this is when you do these kind of builds. Or if you're like me, you don't have any friends, yeah, go out into the woods. I'm out at the compound right now, but you'll notice I'm not leaving a mess. I'm not trashing everything. I'm just using it to set up and paint right now, and then I'm going to pack everything back up. You won't even know I was here, other than maybe little spots of paint on those pallets, which somebody left as trash, which I'm going to be using as firewood eventually. Or maybe building material. Anyhow, that's what we're looking at. I'm going to go ahead and end this video for now. Hopefully the next video you see is going to be the reveal. I do have a couple more pieces I'm going to try to touch up, but we're going to try to do that. I'm not going to bother filming it. And hopefully when you see all of this, it'll be put back together. Little Blue 2 will hopefully look nicer. I don't know if it's going to look new. It's going to look nicer. I don't know. I might even spend some more on curtains or whatever. I don't know if I want to spend too much money on her, but I do want her to look nice because she was starting to look a little bit run down. And, you know, she's been through basically a lot of stuff. And in the last 3 years, if you've been following the series, you've seen everything she's dealt with and all the emergencies and all the other little issues that came up. And yet she's surviving. She's still running. She'd been modified several times and had to be changed out. The whole knives, 1,000 pounds of knives. You know, that's why she's in this current configuration. But I think that because I'm not doing the Hessler knife gig where I have to haul things anymore, maybe I will convert this into a living room space. That way I can have an actual living room if I decide to disassemble the bed. So look forward to that. But because the living room space, if I decide to do that, it's going to interfere with all this. This might all have to be torn down and rebuilt. I don't know if I want to do that yet. It depends on whether or not I can find the components, whether I have the time and the budget and the urge to do that. But it would be nice to have a living room and a bedroom. Right now we have a bedroom, we have pseudo living room in the front seat, but it'd be nice to have the back as a bedroom that can be converted into a bedroom within 1 or 2 minutes without even having to leave the van. That would be the plan. So we're going to see if I can do that. I have a rough idea of how to do it, and it's basically it's going to be kind of the same layout as the video that you saw on the opening. You know, if you're a first-time viewer to this channel and you hit the intro video, the one with the office setup, that is going to be the configuration, and that office will convert to a bed. Although I have some other ideas on how to set up the bed itself so it stacks a little bit nicer and can be put up and easily assembled and disassembled. At least that's the theory. We don't know until we actually implement it. But stay tuned, you know, for the next episode. Look forward to that. Hopefully everything will be together by then. And Little Blue 2 will be as good as new. Almost. Take care, everybody. Have a great day. Bye-bye now.